I was also involved in the sport of rowing by then.
Oh, okay.
So one of the
And this was while you were in college?
I started when I was in school. Late school, last couple of years of school and early college years.
Okay.
That gave me a lot of exposure to people. That's where I bumped into Bharath of Bharath and Associates, because he was a member of the club.
I see, okay.
So, we were just chatting, and I would say hello to him in the club and things like that. We were all students, so I just casually asked him, saying that I've just got into architecture. I know you're a famous architect and, you run a very successful practice. Can I just come and learn along, while I'm studying? He said, absolutely no problem. Come whenever you want. Even if you want to come and spend 2 hours in office, please do come.
That was nice of him.
So there it was a question of being street smart to try and see whether I could use that as an opportunity to learn. So I learned that. So that's how I started going into Bharath. And see, college only teaches you a little bit. It's very fundamental. Finally, it all comes from within. And that within, at that age, your knowledge is very, very vague. So going and working in a professional office, right, you learned a hell of a lot.
Practical experience.
Absolutely, because while you're trying to learn something, you're actually seeing something happening.
Yes, yeah.
So that was undoubtedly one of the best things to have happened to me.
And how was it working for...
It was great fun. They never treated you like a student. They treated you as an equal, right? For everything it was what shall I say? It was all teamwork, right? You'd be surprised if I tell you that the first couple of days of joining the office, my job was to sharpen pencils. I had to push the pencil across and see whether it makes that mark. Only then the pencil is sharpened. So I'm saying nobody teaches all these.
Yeah, to make sure that your pencils are perfectly sharp before you start
so
drawing.
I'm just saying that it was, and there was always a senior in office who would sort of give you some work. It could be very basic drawing work, but at least you knew how to do a drawing, right? Over the years, while I was right through, I did that. Even in summer, I used to go and work for Bharath. Over the years, you slowly get a little more exposure as to what electrical is all about, what is plumbing all about, what is the proportion in a building, how do you detail out a kitchen, how do you detail out a toilet to make sure that your shower and your spout comes exactly in the center. These are things that are not, when you look at a shower stall, if let's say there are 10 tiles, you're exact in the center of the 5th tile, all your fixtures must come. Now, these are not things that are not taught. These are things you learn by experience. You can always turn around and say, but isn't that very fundamental for you to make sure that that's what it is? At that age, it doesn't, strike you. So these are things you constantly learn. It was great fun working, and I think that helped me a lot. And I did fairly well in my college. I also had my sports background. So what the sports background does is, it teaches you about teamwork. It makes you a smarter human being in terms of taking on pressure, especially when you race, there is pressure. There is a constant butterflies in your stomach. You get over all that at a much earlier age. That's what competitive sport does to you. So that helped a lot. And exposure to people.
Yes, of course.
Learning to talk to people. Learning from looking at people and the way they behave. At 17, 18, 19, it's very important.
And how to manage a team and work in that environment.
How to forget about yourself and be a part of the team. Because in rowing, basically, it's you can either be a single sculler, as it's called, that's singles, or you can go in a pair with somebody else, or a 4. And I was always either doing the single or the 4. So which means you had to get along with 3 others, right? And there was no shamming, there was nothing. And You had to put your best foot forward to survive. And I think we did fairly well for our age at that time.